Test 1 2 test 1 2. Alrighty. We're gonna wait for 2 minutes and we're gonna start. Hello, video. Justin's not here. It's stuff to do. I'm just gonna start a little bit early. Hello one and hello all. You are listening to KILT Radio. This is Stop Making Sense. I hope everyone is doing very, very well this evening. It's a little chilly out, but you know, that's alright. I'm wearing shorts and just a t-shirt, you know, so actually it's a short sleeve button down. That's beside the point. The point is it's nice outside, you know. It's April. You know what they say. April showers bring May flowers, which is great unless you have pollen allergies like I do. And I'm sure many of my listeners also have terrible pollen allergies, so the rain is actually quite a good thing because you don't want because it washes away the pollen. You know, you don't want the flowers because the flowers come in and it's just heat, no rain come May, and it's miserable. I mean, I guess that's actually probably not the best analogy given the fact that, you know, lots of pollen actually comes from trees. You can see that on our campus. All the pine trees are yellow, all these other oak trees. I'm bad at identifying trees. Maybe we can look up some images of trees together. I'm gonna do that. We're gonna Google some trees. TREES. Enter. Let's see what the first time. Oh yeah. Tree Wikipedia article. In botany, a tree is a perennial plant with an elongated stem or trunk, supporting branches and leaves in the most species. In some usages, the definition of a tree may be narrower, including only woody plants with secondary growth, plants that are usable as lumber, or plants above the specified height. In wider definitions, the taller palms, tree ferns, bananas, and bamboos are also trees. Who knew bananas were trees? I've been eating trees for years. Trees are not a taxonomic group, but include a variety of plant species that have independently evolved a trunk and branches as a way to lower above other plants, to tower above other plants and to compete for sunlight. Trees tend to be long-lived, some reaching several thousand years old. Trees have been in existence for 370 million years. Let me see how old sharks are. Because I've seen a meme. Full listeners, you're gonna get a kick out of this one. Sharks are 450 million years old. So sharks are actually older than trees, you know? Can you imagine that? Just being a shark, living in a pre-tree world. I guess it makes sense, you know, there's a lot more water back in the day. A pre-tree world. Huh. Let's Google a photo. We're just going on this train. We're going on this thought train together. And the next station is Earth 450 million years ago. Earth 450. I hope everyone has their ticket because we're going on a knowledge train adventure. Okay, so Earth 450 million years ago looks, just based off of Google Images, looks quite similar to Earth. Maybe not as green. The land masses are quite different. It appears there's like it's not quite Pangea. Pangea is definitely split up. quite a bit. In this topology, Earth, 450 million years ago, which is called the Ordo. Here's a Ordovician. Ordovician? Is that the right pronunciation? Ordovician period. Earth appears like Pangea kind of split open down the middle, and there's just like these three main islands. You know, that might be good for a video game of some sort. I could see it taking place on this area where you have these three main bodies of land, three warring factions, and they have war with each other for a long time, but then a la Columbus, there's a discovery, there's this whole other continent out there. It's a pretty amazing discovery. I'd like that. I'd like to visit. Could I visit? Is the oxygen levels, are the oxygen levels, would that be sufficient? I'm not sure. Oh, there's an extinction event. The Ordovician Cerulean. This is just going to be this show's just me mispronouncing words. Cerulean extinction event occurred at the end of the period approximately 443 million years ago. 60% of marine genera went extinct, except for sharks. Sharks, only, 7 million years into the game, survived this extinction event like a badass. 60% of the marina went extinct. The cause of the extinction was predicted to be a gamma ray burst. Dude. Fucking... So the sharks survived, became the Hulk, basically. Wow. No wonder they're older than trees. I mean, if sharks can exist, they can survive a gamma ray burst, you deserve to be older than trees. 60%. Dude, sharks survived an event that was worse than Thanos. This was worse than a Thanos snap. Not 50%, 60%. Holy shit. Dude, tonight has just been an experience learning that sharks are a whole lot more badass than I originally imagined. Older than trees, survived Hyper Thanos gamma ray burst. Oh, maybe we should just... I'm gonna Google some more shark facts. Shark facts. Here, my dear listeners, are 12 shark facts that may surprise you. Sharks do not have bones. Most sharks have good eyesight, which, the most sharks have already one up on me. I have bones, but they have better eyesight, so it's 1-to-1 between me and sharks. Sharks have special electroreceptor organs, so they can detect your phone, basically. Shark skin feels similar to sandpaper. That's interesting because I always imagined that sharks would be smooth, kind of like, if you pet a fish or a snake. Yeah, no, snakes have scales. A fish, like a carp, real slimy thing. I'd imagine that, but apparently sandpaper, I mean, they're already badass motherfuckers. Of course you can sharpen your teeth on their skin. That only goes to make sense. Sharks, now get ready for this one, folks. Sharks can go into a trance. So, Damon, you can hypnotize you a shark and let it do your bidding. This next fact we already know. Sharks have been around a very long time. Yeah, they have. 450 million years. Older than trees, baby. Scientists age sharks by counting the rings on their vertebrae. Nice. And this last fact is... I don't like this last fact. This last fact says that blue sharks are really blue. Yeah, no shit. my black shoe is really black. Like, what do you mean by that? I'll be honest. I was just reading off of the initial Google page. Let's see what they mean. Blue sharks are really blue. The blue shark displays brilliant blue color on the upper portion of its body and is normally snowy white beneath. The mako and portabeagle sharks also exhibit a blue coloration, but it's not nearly as brilliant as that of the blue shark. Most sharks are brown, olive, or grayish. I'm looking at a picture of this blue shark. It looks kind of derpy. Like, this isn't a fierce predator. I wouldn't think this guy is worth out-aging trees. He just doesn't have that raw shark energy. I'm going to look up more images of blue shark. S-H-A-R-K. Because I think... Oh, whoa. Okay, I think what needs to be clarified by this is that these blue sharks, they're kind of derpy. Like, they almost look like a sardine, really. They're just long and narrow. They have a long, narrow nose. Their eyes are massive. They look really cartoony. Like a cartoony shark, and their mouths just, like, gape open, like, Duh. Teeth aren't visible in this first photo. The second photo, yeah, the teeth are not very visible. Dude, I'll be honest, this blue shark looked like it's goated out. Like I want whatever this blue shark is smoking, if you catch my drift, Lion College Radio. Because the shark looks like he's on drugs. Okay, just glad to clarify that. So yeah, the blue shark, interesting guy, really. Oh, I don't like this fact. Each whale shark's spot pattern is unique as a fingerprint. I guess that makes sense. That just kind of is underwhelming for me, honestly. Some species of sharks have a sporadical what? Sporadical, sure, that allows them to pull water into their respiratory system while at rest. Most sharks have to keep swimming to pump water over their gills. Okay, so this is a shark fact. Technically, basically, some sharks can breathe like normal people. Like me, I can breathe normally. Don't have to keep sitting down. I don't have to keep moving to breathe. I can, some sharks don't have to either. So, good for them. They are blessed knowing what it's like to be able to just sit and breathe. Not all sharks have the same teeth. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense too. Holy cow. Yeah. Oh. And fact number 12. Different shark species reproduce in different ways. Sharks exhibit a great diversity in their reproductive modes. There are egg-laying species and live-bearing species. Egg-laying species lay eggs that develop and hatch outside the mother's body with no parental care. The eggs after they're laid. I want to look that up. I'm gonna look up shark egg. Shark egg. Oh, baby. Hold on. Now this is something else. These shark eggs. Damn. These pouches look kind of hard. Like these shark egg pouches. They're very interestingly engineered. They almost look very plasticky. And just like a little shark embryo in there. I mean, I don't want to be the one asking the question, but I'm just going to ask, like, can you cook with shark eggs? I mean, it doesn't look like you could. Let's ask Google, can you cook with Because holy shit, yeah. No. Unfertilized shark eggs are edible and nutritious. Hell yeah. Shark egg, dude, I want to look up a fried shark egg. Yo! Oh, I know what I'm having for dinner tonight, baby. I'm eating some shark eggs. Then maybe I can outlive the trees. Ooh! Man. Why can't you eat sharks? Because I know you're not supposed to. I heard it was Mercury, but I'm not sure if that's true. Oh! Holy shit! Fact alert, guys. Yes, shark meat is legal for consumption in the United States. That said, shark meat is, I have to expand, not particularly popular in America because many species found off shores of Americas are endangered, and shark meat has also been known to contain high levels of mercury in some cases. Okay, yeah, sure, but how bad are the effects of mercury poisoning anyway? That's what I'm Googling. Da-da-da. Slow reflexes, damaged motor skills, intelligence disorders, high level of mercury in blood can put a person at risk for long-term neurological damage. So, especially affects in children that are still developing. So basically, mercury poisoning is kind of like pot. Like, has the more damaging effects the younger you are. So the older you are, once your brain is fully developed, like you can just fucking go for it, right? I mean, my brain is not fully developed yet. I'm the young age of 19 years old. I'm not going to consider my brain fully cooked until about 26. Got 7 years of cooking left to do up here. So, I guess that's a countdown clock of when I'll be able to eat some shark. You know, let's look up some images of cooked shark. I want to see what it looks like. Oh, I mean, honestly, this is kind of underwhelming. It just looks like normal fish. Like, dude, honestly, this shark really doesn't look that appetizing. I'm gonna be honest. Like, it just looks like normal ass fish. I mean, like shark, it seems like you'd eat it for the novelty of it, but it really doesn't look that good, you know? It really doesn't. Well, this has been a very, very fun intellectual rabbit hole that we have dug ourselves on and waded through, as they say. But now, I feel like it is time to play a song. I am going to play the song "And" by Tally Hall. Open your ears and enjoy. Whew. I'm seeing potato chips. The phone's actually sitting on the bag of potato chips right now. I'm gonna Starburst. Welcome back to the radio show that some people call Stop Making Sense. I am DT Hindman. And here I have my co-host, Justin Dunn. How you doing tonight, Justin? Yeah. Could not agree more. How's the vaccine? How's the vaccine doing in your veins there? Yeah, the loopy arm. Yeah. How'd that feel, by the way? Like, I didn't try that. Is that like Moderna specific, or? Yeah, I guess that's a question, like whether it propagated on TikTok first. Like, But like, why would it be Moderna specific? Like, is it just fucking built different? I don't want to Google it. We've just done a bunch of Googling. You're right, Justin. You're right. Let's give the people the answers that they want by Googling it. Moderna arm swing COVID. A TikTok viral solution to prevent COVID vaccine arm soreness actually makes sense, says UCSF expert. Pardon me. If you've gotten your vaccine, you may have seen a few people swinging their arms in a circle, windmill style, at your vaccine site. This is not a new dance for the youths. It's a hack that has gone wildly viral on TikTok to prevent, or at least limit, pain after getting the COVID-19 vaccine. Dr. Peter Chin-Hung, an infectious disease specialist and professor of medicine at UCSF, laughed at the idea of people swinging their arms out in public, but he says the science behind the TikTok hack is serious business. It actually does make sense to me as an infectious disease doctor. Why would you say, like, I guess he has to presuppose that, but, like, the article already told him, but it's like, I don't know, a truck ad just played. Shut the hell up, truck ad. He told SF Gate, basically, what they're doing is increasing the blood supply to the arm that's vaccinated. The way that Cheng Hong explains it, this is just reading practice. Your arm is sore because the vaccine is being injected into your arm muscle, not the bloodstream. It remains local, he says. So the first thing your immune system is going to do is say, hey, there's a foreign invader in here. It's going to start being trained, which is the good thing, which is what you want. So the inflammation happens in the muscle area. I see, I see. But in order to diffuse the vaccine away from the muscle and let the immune system begin developing immune cells elsewhere, you need to increase your arm's blood flow. That's the reason experts advise getting your vaccine in your dominant arm, because that's the one you're going to end up moving more. The immune system doesn't really care, he added. It doesn't care if it's in the muscle or if it's somewhere else. It's going to make the same immune cells. That's good. Now, there's no guarantee that all arm soreness will vanish as soon as you swing your arms once, but doing it consistently could help reduce potential arm pain. He jokes that you could do any arm motion to help circular blood flow in that area. Dance around with lots of arm movements. Practice your softball pitch, or make it like the kids and swing your arms fervently like a windmill. But of course, be careful not to overexert your arm and accidentally create a shoulder or arm injury. What a narc! What a lame-o. Oh, kids, don't overextend your arm when you're doing your COVID swing. Oh, God, this doctor's lame. This was a cool. Of course, this is a lame doctor. He says do some softball pitches. No disrespect to any softball players out there, but I'm just saying, like, I guess my problem is with his specific analogy. What do you think about that, Justin? Yeah, maybe you should have taken an English class or two, I don't know if we have a speaking class offered, like a public speaking class. It's kind of useful. I know if my friend up in Sewanee, he's an actor guy. He's like ran like a seminar to help like biology major students present their papers because like they were socially conscious and stuff. He was joking about it a bit, but I was like, yeah, I mean, like, that's true, but this is an important job, and he knew, but I felt like he had a bit of a holier than thou kind of a aspect and aspiration to him, You're right, Justin. You're right. Justin's always right. I don't remember the last time that Justin was wrong. Let me tell you a fun story about. I'll tell it for the people, Justin. I'll tell a story about you from my perspective. Justin, we were out in the field, and he had an egg thrown at him, and he caught the egg. He caught it with his hands. The egg exploded in his hands, got all over like the what was it was his the left side. The left side of his face was just covered in egg in the egg yolk. He was just egged real good. I was also in the field. I had an egg. I smashed it on my head. Don't worry, I washed my hair off before coming live, so you all don't have any risk of salmonella. Just rinsed up my hair, a little bit. I feel pretty good about that. I really do. I guess I'll be a little bit more personal today. I guess I should just tell you guys about some of my innermost thoughts and feelings, if Justin's okay with that. You alright with that, Justin? Thank you. Let me tell you how I'm feeling, Justin. I'm feeling alright. I'm feeling okay. My philosophy on life is like it's a sine wave. It's a sine wave, Google a sine wave. Look what it looks like. I'll tell you what it looks like. It goes up and down. It goes up and down. And it's helpful to recognize that, because life isn't just all downs and all up. It's both, and it's just up and down and up and down. You don't know the frequency or intensity or whatever of it. There are times when you're up, there are times when you're down. But it's comforting. It's really comforting, because whenever you are down, then it's okay, because it's just temporary. And you're down now, but look, you're going to be up a bit later. You're going to be right back up soon. You're going to get back on that saddle. And sometimes it's tough in the moment, you know? And it's okay to let your emotions play out, I think. If you get angry or frustrated about something, I mean, sometimes I say to myself, oh, you just have to move on. But, tonight I learned some news I was a little upset with. I just let my emotions run their natural course of action, going through. What are the stages of grief? The 7 stages of grief, yeah. Because I felt them. Shock and denial, pain and guilt, anger and bargaining, depression, upward turn, uh, reconstruction and working through, and then acceptance and hope. I went through all of those, man. I went through all of those, Got some bad news, just shock and denial. I felt pain, guilt, dude. I felt the big anger. I got mad. Then I got a bit sad, I guess. Uh, maybe not in that order. Maybe I think I got sad first, and then I got a little mad, and then I took the anger, and then was able to subside it and subdue it, But I just, it was helpful that I was alone. I was just walking back to my dorm and just letting these thoughts come to me, and just letting it go through this process in my mind. And I was just like, all right, and I acknowledged that, and like, because I thought like, oh, maybe being so mad, maybe this isn't very productive. But then I realized like, oh no, okay, this is productive. I just need to get through it. Well, maybe it wasn't productive. I mean, yeah, it was, because if I just stunted the emotions, didn't let myself feel anything, that would have been awful. I would have just maybe gotten stuck. But so it's helpful to look at this after your emotions pass, to look at the situation and to see what is the best course of action, and then how do you move forward? How do you move on, right? Because life, it's a sine wave. It goes up and down, and it always moves forward. It's always going forward. You can't go back, I'm I might be on a lower end of that curve now, but I'm gonna curve back up, And like, yeah, once I go up, of course I'll be down again, but that's all right. That's life, and I'm gonna enjoy the times when I'm up. I'm gonna make the most of them. Gonna make the most of them while I still can. Maybe that can be a discussion topic after this next song. This is Tone Telephone by Neil Cicerega. Please enjoy. making sense. I am David Thomas Hindman, also known as DT Hindman, also known as Cringe Memer Man, also known as IUG1, also known as SCP-100,061, also known as Siva Gunner. Welcome to the radio. If I had an air horn sound effect, I would play it. No, but I just played it with my mouth instead. I hope you like that song. I like it, you know. It's interesting with Justin not here. I get to choose all the music, you know, and it's a freeing feeling, really, to be able to choose all of the music. Let me just check my audio. All right, hello, I'm good. You know, because I think my music is great, you know, but I know it's not for everyone. That's the beauty of opinion and people having different opinions. You know, it's really nice. I'm glad that people are different. It'd be boring if we were all the same. I was just talking to my pal Damon about that, and how the reason I think we're such good friends is because we disagree, you know, and so we can have interesting philosophical discussions. You know, it would be boring philosophy if it's just you know two people agreeing with each other the whole time. Yeah, that's no fun. No fun at all. I found a hammer in the studio. Yeah, it's a real hammer. Listen to that. Let me. I'm gonna put the headphones back on so I can hear at least what. Because I don't want to. Yeah, it's a little loud. I'm just hammering on the wall here a little bit. Not too hard. Shulga. Don't worry about that. Just hammering on the wall like a normal person. I'm fixing the nails. I'm gonna do the roofing. Gonna do the roofing on the nails here. Do people have roofs? What the fuck am I saying? People do have roofs. They have nail guns now. God, imagine before having nail guns, you had to like, you know, actually use hammer nails being on a roof up there. How would have those roofers felt like? You know, I feel bad for those roofers being up in the sun all day every day, just you know, just roofing about. Because nail guns, I mean, it makes it a lot easier. Just you point the gun where you want it and click, boom, you have a nail where you want your nail to be. You know, versus back in the good old days, that spoilers weren't that good because you didn't have nail guns. You just had normal fucking nails and a hammer, and you had to, you know, like, that was sad. I do like this hammer, though. I do really like this hammer. It's good. It has a wooden handle. The head of the hammer is silver. It's a bit of wear. Just a bit of wear on it. You can tell it's been used. You know, I like that with materials. Adam Savage does a lot of that with his prop making. Lots of his videos and lots of content go into the process behind just weathering a material. You know, and it really is an art form. It's an art form to weather materials and to properly, you know, like to do that. And the purpose is, of course, to make things look like they're old and battle worn. You know, because nice and shiny things like that's nice. That's a good aesthetic. But also, if things have lots of nicks and scratches on them, then that gives them history. You know, for example, I am wearing right now a silver button, like a button for your lapel. Or I guess I don't know, maybe that's misleading. It's just you know, it's a button. You know, you with a pin. It's a pin-on button that you put on about the size of just a bit bigger than a quarter, that size. It's just silver and gray. I stole it from the chapel, actually. During an honors event, we ran into the chapel for like a scavenger hunt, and there's this button I'm wearing. It said 6 feet on it in yellow. I thought it was really ugly. It's just like 6 feet on the button. Like, that's kind of cringe. like, it was a poorly made, poorly designed. And so what I did, I just the took it off. And so I was like, how am I supposed to get this button off? Turns out the way that buttons work is it's comprised of 5 pieces. The pin that is used to like latch on to your shirt, of course, and goes inside of the button. There is an inner metal piece, uh, which houses the button, that has 2 holes in it to house the pin, pardon me. Uh, and then it has the paper, which the paper is what you print your actual design onto, and then a layer of uh, like foil around it, and then well, I guess it's like the second metal part too. So it would go pin, it would go pin, it would go pin, back metal plate, front metal plate, paper, and then the plastic around it to wrap it. And so to get this paper and plastic ugly design off of this button, I just bit it. And so this button appears to be silver at first, but it just has a tiny indentation on it, on the bottom. And how I fasten it, it's like normally the bottom left, just a little indentation on the button. And that leads you to go like, hey, what happened there? What is this? It's just a bite mark. At first I wasn't happy, but then it gave it just a little bit of character. It's just enough. And if I didn't tell you that, you would wonder, what is that? But the funny thing is about the construction of these buttons, once you take the wrapping off, the plastic wrapping, everything's fine. But once you take the paper out and get the paper out and off, it falls apart. And you can't put it back together properly. Thankfully, I'd recently purchased a hot glue gun, and so I just hot glued everything together. And so it works as a button. I used to wear it a lot. I don't wear as much. I just kind of put it on as at a whim, I suppose, tonight. But I like it because it has that history, because it's unknown, and I guess more of the meta meaning behind it, why I wear it. I think it's funny. It's a bit of a joke, because you wear buttons and lapels. Normally that means that you are sending a message out to someone you're supporting. For example, the original message was, so 6 feet, let's stay apart, let's, get vaccinated and have COVID health safety and everything. It could be for LGBT rights, or, Black Lives Matter, or whatever. Like, it's for pushing a movement, or like a agenda, social change, something that you believe in, right? But my button is just blank. It looks like a mirror, I reflected, it reminded me of the Doctor Who, his psychic paper. It's like it reflects whatever I say that it is. But because it's silver, it really looks like a mirror. And so it's like it's a mirror button. It mirrors whatever your values are. You can put your values onto it, therefore you put your positive values onto me. And I know people don't think that far and think too much. They just look and it's like, oh, there's a silver button. I wonder what that means. Probably some weird thing I have to Google later. And then you never Google it and you forget about it. But it is fun to wear, especially like, because it's a button. No matter what I'm wearing, I can wear different shirts but still have the button on. And I like that. I like that consistency. I like that sense of almost normalcy, I guess. It's almost like wearing a costume every day, which I think is pretty neat. Or uniform. For example, I brought up to college with me 5, or was it 6? It's 6 white button-down shirts. And so lots of the time you'll see me wearing a white button-down shirt. I was wearing one Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday is how I wore one. Today I'm wearing a tropical short-sleeved button-down. Still a button-down, so you have about a 90% chance of catching me in a button-down. If you see me in not a button-down shirt, that's a pretty rare occurrence. That's what I'm trying to get at, I guess. Uh, and I guess that's my button, and I guess that's my button-downs. Here's my hammer. That's a lot better to talk about a button and a button down than a hammer. I have no personal connection to this hammer. I have personal connection to the button in my shirt, so I can talk about that a lot more. Speaking of personal connections, I have a song queued up, and it is "Good Night" from the artist known as Siva Gunner, and it's "Good Night" from Undertale. And so what this song is, it is a mashup of the two songs "Good Night" from Undertale, of course, and "Goodbye to the World" by Porter Robertson. And like this used to be, and it still is one of my favorite songs. This used to be my favorite song of all time. I haven't listened to it for a while, so I thought it'd be nice to listen to it with you all tonight. And just because I played Undertale, I went into it blind. One of my favorite games of all time, because Undertale is the only video game that has managed to make me cry. It's the only video game to make me cry, ever. And so it has a special place with me in my heart and just in my rankings, because I judge media based upon how much it can emotionally affect me. I think the more it can emotionally affect me, the better a piece of media it is, And so therefore, Undertale being the only game to have ever made me cry has to be up there, if not the best. Well, pardon me. It's not the best gameplay wise, some people have problems with the story, but god damn, the story is so fucking good. The music is so fucking good. Because Toby Fox is a goddamn genius. He's an absolute fucking genius, and I love it so much. And this is a mashup, and so you have the sound font from Undertale games, from the game Undertale, but composed onto the melody of "Goodbye to the World," and it has just such a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful effect. Done by the artist Siva Gunner, who does video game mashups and recompositions and memes and things. Would highly recommend this. And I remember listening to the song to like an animation to Undertale, but then I like lost the song, and I was like, oh, what's that song? I never found it. But then I was watching a YouTube channel, Relax Top 10 Songs You Were Listening to Wrong. And like this was number 5 or number 4. "Good Night" is the title of the song. And I just heard it, and I just heard the voice line. It's like, holy shit, this is the song that I'd been looking for, and I was like reunited with this song that I'd lost, and so now I'd found it again, and so it's like really nice mixture of, all my nostalgia from Undertale. The original song itself is just fucking beautiful already, and so the mashup of those two are wonderful. I've rediscovered it, and I'd I'd only play it on special occasions, just to keep the emotional effect alive, I suppose. I remember one time I was playing it while climbing Pinnacle Mountain. It was perfectly timed. It gave me the will to make it to the top, and so the chorus, it was just perfectly timed. The second I made it to the top of the mountain, that was when the music just rolled in, and it was goddamn beautiful. One of the best experiences of all time. Just getting up to the mountain, the voice line just coming in. Ooh, that was a good day. That was a good day. So now, let's listen to it together. Good Night by Siva Gunner. Well, that was Good Night by Siva Gunner from Undertale. I hope you liked it. I sure did. I sure had a good time listening to that song. You know, I was tempted just to, leave the broadcast at that. I think that would have been more than a fine enough ending point. I don't think there could be a better ending point than that, But I feel like but I'm feeling greedy tonight. I wanted to talk a bit more. Even though the show's technically from 9 to 10, I want to talk a bit more. So I'm gonna talk a bit more. You know? And I have another song queued up. and I'm gonna play it, damn it. Oh man. Yeah, that song just really puts me in a good mood. Just makes me nostalgic, I suppose. I was watching a video the other day that was about that. It was about the nostalgia for Gen Z people. And it's crazy to think I'm 19 years old. I mean, it feels like I was just a child. I was just a child. To think that, 10 years ago, I was 9 years old. I remember being 9 so vividly. Like, let me do some Googling here. A bit of synergy. So, 2021. No, that would be 2011. Well, let's see. 3D. Did the 3DS come out in 2011? No way. No way. No way. When did the 3DS come out? Yeah, holy shit. The 3DS came out February 26, 2011. I remember being 9 years old so fucking vividly. I remember getting my first 3DS. We got it at GameStop and my mom took a photo because I was excited and playing with the AR cards and stuff. Oh god, and to think I was still living at my old house. My old house, my childhood home. I still have my original 3DS, I think, and I have photos in it of my original house. I'd like to go back and look at that, I think. Now that all of those photos are a decade old. Yeah, I think about the Talking Heads song, Once in a Lifetime. It's like, how did we get here? Like, what am I doing here? How did this happen? How did I go from being in my kitchen playing AR card games on my 3DS to sitting here tonight 10 years later? 10 years later, here we are, just talking on the radio to one listener listening in. And maybe some in the future too, since this is being recorded, but But how did I get here, dude? Oh, and is this the place I want to be? I don't know, man. Recent events have made me reconsider slightly. How did I get here? I'm very fortunate to have a lovely childhood. It was wonderful. Very, very fortunate, very privileged individual. And I guess my dilemma is, how do I best use that and all the advantages in life? How do I best use that to benefit others, you know? That's the question. What's the best path? You know, looking at it theologically, this would be the, what's God's plan for you? You know, what if there is no plan? Oh, my listener, what if God has no plan for you? What if there is, what if God isn't there and therefore there is no plan? And so you just have to float around, you know? But there's a theoretical, objectively, is there? I mean, is there such a thing as theoretically the thing that I can do that causes the most good in the world? Does that exist? I guess not, really, because it's like, how would I know? I don't know what that is. I don't think it's possible to know what the best possible plan, what my best possible career choice to be, could be, should be. I can't know that. I can't. And it's impossible to, really. But I still don't want to choose the wrong one, because that's just inefficient. It's just inefficiency. You know? It's like, even if I get there a decade late, how much suffering is caused because of that. These are the questions, ladies and gentlemen. These are the questions. But I guess that's on my mind tonight. We have a Discord, you know. Stop Making Sense Discord. I wish there's a way to easily link it. You know, I guess discord.gg slash AWTN capital, it's AW capital T N capital E capital U J capital J. There you go. Discord.gg slash AW capital T N capital E capital U J capital J. That'll get you in the Discord. That way you can have conversations with us and whatnot. It's been pretty quiet tonight. There's 10 people online, but no one has really responded. I know Justin really wants people to respond and listen in. That's something that he is pretty passionate about and that he wants. And I guess tonight is a bit different because there was that honors thing, and so lots of people were just out and about and just really spread out, you know. Ooh, what's that? Oh, I guess this is the buzzing. I'm like, oh, hey, what's this buzzing sound that's in here? And I realize, oh, it's the thing that I've been hitting with a hammer. That's not good. I haven't actually been hitting it with a hammer. I've been hitting below it with a hammer. I wasn't hitting it very hard, I swear. Nick buzzed. I'm not gonna be a snitch, actually. I was gonna incriminate my friend Nick that way to make myself look better, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that, you know. I'm just gonna be a man and own consequences of my actions. I hit stuff with hammer like that. Arrest me. Do it. Kick me off the radio club. Go ahead. You know, I would argue I haven't actually done any damage, and so you shouldn't punish me. But, you know, you could make the argument, don't care, you shouldn't be hitting shit with hammers. It's like, yeah, I you know, and then that's why I tried to incriminate Nick, because then the next portion of my argument would be, yeah, well, other people have done, lots of damage and mess into this room. I mean, this room's a fucking mess. People clearly don't take care and respect it. And you can say, yeah, but people don't hit things with hammers, you're expelled. And I'm like, shit, I guess you're right. I'm just gonna die then. How about that? How about that? And die, I mean, by die, I mean, get kicked off the radio club, lose social status within the school. Professors will be like, oh, sorry, we don't want you in your class. And then, it's just a downward spiral. It's just a downward spiral from there, really. That's all it is. It's interesting. I'm noticing we have an on-air sign in the room, but isn't it just always on? I mean, how does it know when you're on air or not? It appears, unless there's a mechanism, and there might be a mechanism that it's plugged into. I'm not gonna fuck with the wires too much because I don't want to break it. I'll have to ask Nick about that. See if it's real or if it's fake. Fake. I think about politics sometimes. But then I just get too overwhelmed by them just because it's just like I get sad, It's just so sad, all the terrible things that happen all the time, and it feels like you're helpless. It's awful because, like, the people who are in charge, they want you to feel helpless, right? At least in our country, we're a democracy. Or at least we're supposed to be. There are ways that we can be a better democracy. Like getting rid of the Electoral College. Get rid of it. Fuck the Electoral College. Let's have ranked choice voting instead. Alright, at the bare minimum, fucking the popular vote should be the one deciding the president instead of the cringe-ass Electoral College. Oh. I wonder if these electrical systems... No, these electrical systems are cold. That's a good thing. You wouldn't want them to be warm. That would be a problem, I suppose. I'm just stretching. A little bit. Gosh. This has been nice. This has been nice. We did some reading together. We went on a information train. We talked to Justin a bit. I told you about my button in, my button down, and my song, and then I've just been doing some more talking. It's just been good to just be a little honest with you guys, just to just be one-on-one, just be real for a bit, just be myself for a little while and just be honest. Honesty is the best policy. I really do believe that. Because being dishonest has screwed me over before. You know what else has screwed me over? Me not following my own advice. It's just like the moment that you claim victory before the battle is won is the moment that you've lost. It's like you have two boxers fighting in a ring. And one boxer's pounding on the other. And the boxer makes a mistake and gets cocky and goes like, haha, I've got this. He admits to himself that the match is over, the match is won. That's the moment that he lost. That's the moment he lost. Because the second that you claim victory early is the second you fucking lose, dude. The second you lose. I've been thinking a little bit about absurdism as a philosophy. And is it really a good and comforting philosophy? Like, can I find purpose in life through absurdism? That's my question. I think I can, but I'm not certain. You know? I think theism of any kind is a lot easier, but as Camus says, it's philosophical suicide. And it's untrue. It's a lie, basically. You're lying to yourself. You're grabbing aspects. Because philosophy, you want to understand and interpret the world around you, and through religion, you're grabbing things that are from the outside, and you're just taking the leap of faith. And taking the leap of faith is what Camus calls philosophical suicide, because it's like at that point, it's like you're done thinking. All the answers of the universe are clear. God did everything. God made it all. And it's a very comforting and a very nice notion and a nice idea. There are logical problems to it, of course. In my case, so much so which I could not I could not have good faith anymore. I could not say, that I believed anymore because of the logical problems that come with theism. It's just much more likely that there is not a God, or if there is, then like we can't know. I'm land much more in the agnostic group. I think atheists are fools for the same reason as theists, because it's like you're making definite assertion without enough valid evidence. We don't have evidence for or against. If we don't have evidence for or against, and so like you can't make the conclusions. Atheists would say, "Oh yeah, we do have evidence for it, against." It's like, no, we can't know. We cannot fucking know. Outside of the bubble of our universe, we don't know if there is a God, if this is just a simulation, right? You can't know. So I guess in the meantime, I guess that would be the facing up to the absurd, facing and grappling with the fact that the universe has no meaning, that we're given no meaning, no purpose, divinely anyway. Like, we're given no divine purpose, right? Is there purpose? Is there meaning? No, probably not. That's existentialists say, like, oh, we create our own meaning. Oh yeah, meaning is real, and we just have to create it. God doesn't create it, but we do. The absurdists rejects that notion and says, no, there is no such thing as a meaning given to the universe. There is no such thing as meaning. We can construct our own, like we can make our own, but that's only true for the individual. Like, you can find purpose in find purpose and meaning in life personally, and the way that Camus argues for that is through facing the absurd, right? But like, there is no inherent meaning given to the universe itself, right? And the nihilists, I fucking hate nihilists, dude, because they're like, oh, there is no meaning, there is no purpose, no, you can't find like there is no such thing as like human meaning or purpose at all. I'm like, shut the hell up, nihilist. You're wrong. That's why I like absurdism. Absurdism like walks the middle road between existentialism and nihilism. It fits in between them nicely, and that's where I think you find more truth. You find more truth in the middle of absurdism than existentialism or nihilism. Both have their truthful elements to them, much the same as different religions. Different religions have different truths that you can parse from them. And so I guess it's just an aggregate of the whole of knowledge of humanity is the goal, to get as much information and as many different viewpoints as you can. And that's why I should still be open to other philosophies and other viewpoints other than just absurdism, even though I like it. I fucking love empiricism too. Like, I think empiricism is incredibly, incredibly useful, right? Like, useful and very practical for our day-to-day lives, you know? I think it's wonderful. I guess we've hit philosophy hour, huh? We've been swimming through philosophy hour, haven't we? I guess we have. Ugh. I'll be honest, I'm a little sleepy. I'm a little sleepy, tired human being here. Even though we do have 10 whole listeners listening in, welcome. We're talking about philosophy, a bit of absurdism, you know, meaning in life, or the lack thereof, you know. Oh yeah, that reminds me of my original point, how I got here in the first place, of how to find meaning through absurdism. And the argument, and like how Camus argues it, at least to my understanding, is you have to face up to the absurd, you have to acknowledge the absurd, and you have to, like, through facing the absurd is where you can find meaning, like meaning in spite of it, maybe. It's like, yeah, the universe makes no sense. We have no idea why we're here. We have no idea why anything is the way we are. We have no idea how thought or consciousness or love works. But hey, I'm here. Here I am. I exist. I'm thinking. I'm breathing. You know, if you look at it scientifically, like, being a human being is really a magical, magical thing. Well, not magical, but at least very statistically very, very rare. And also statistically very rare, that you specifically are the person to be born. Like, every single human being is a fucking miracle. I love people to goddamn death, dude. I love people so fucking much, you know. And, you know, a theist would say, like, oh, that's because everyone is a child of God. I think that's actually kind of a cringe argument now that I think of it, because it's basically like, why should you love other people? Oh, people, we're all children of God. Because basically God is, like, in everyone. And so, like Jesus' argument, you know, what you do to the least of, like, you do unto me, right? But, like, that's kind of you can be a shitty person and still follow that tenet, because then you don't give a shit about humanity because of people. You only care about God. You only care about God, and you're helping other people because God is in other people. Wouldn't it be a better argument to see the commonality in your common man, not because of any spiritualism or that they are literally Jesus Christ, and hey, I should help this poor person because I'm helping out Jesus, and hey, Jesus is pretty powerful, and then it's ultimately selfish because hey, then maybe Jesus can help me out a bit, you know, let me get in heaven, you know, let me go through the back door, God. Hey, remember when I helped you when you were a homeless guy? Hey, come on. Instead of doing that from that perspective, just loving human beings from the perspective of like, as recognizing I'm a human being and you are another human being, and being a human being is pretty fucking awesome and pretty miraculous that we're here, you know. And so let's enjoy it, and let's try to help out one another as much as we can, because life is hard, because it's hard to, you know, continue to survive and exist in this world. So let's try to help out one another the best that we can, you know. And looking at it scientifically, you just see the beauty of every single person, you know. Every single person is a fucking miracle. And it's hard to say that. It's hard to say that and, like, look at that scientifically. It's true, but there are some real twats. There's some real assholes, right? There's some people that just get under my skin, right? I try not to be a hateful person, but like, hey, you might hate some fucking people because say some people are, they do terrible things, which is cringe, you know. And I guess the distinction, the moral distinction at least, is in action. You know, are your actions negatively impacting other people? If so, then not only action but intention. Did you intend that to happen? You know, for example, like if you're just like cheat on your girlfriend or do something cringe like that, then yeah, you're actively harming another person, right? That's an active thing that you did, and so you can say, "Oh, look at fucking Brian, he's a cheater. Fuck this guy," you know. Versus people doing things that are maybe unintentional or maybe out of their control, like let's say you have a messy roommate or something, but it's like it's not really their fault because of like extenuating circumstances and like maybe different philosophies when it comes to storage space and like amount of objects and whatnot. You know, what if they have a like a neurological condition or something, and like you can be annoyed with them and you can even hate them because of these like little things and annoyances, but that probably is not a just thing to feel because they had no ill intention, you know, in their action. You know, they had their room messy as a roommate. You know, you could say like they are at fault because their room is a fucking pigsty, and you know, as a roommate, you should try to keep your shared living space clean. You know, but that's not. Maybe it's a communication issue then at that point. Less of a moral one. I'm just trying to justify my own feelings here, honestly. You could probably tell. But people are great, you know. People are capable of terrible, terrible things. People are capable of great harm to one another, you know. And I guess the reason why that's bad is you're saying that people are good, and so it's bad when you hurt people, you know? I guess that's the rub, that's the circular reasoning in that, I guess. And so, whether people are actually good or not, I don't know. I think that to, we've evolved to cooperate, you know? We are social animals. And through human cooperation and working together as a tribe, as a group of people, we were able to survive, you know. And so evolutionarily, it would make sense that our brains would reward us for cooperation. You know, we crave social interaction. I think that's no more apparent than in this year, you know, when all of us were locked down, you know, and I know some more than others. I know myself, you know, just craving that social interaction with other people, you know. I mean, hell, even like you look at the masks, you know, we are evolutionarily wired to read other people's faces. And so whenever you put the masks up, it's a lot harder to read people, you know. And so we are evolutionarily wired in order to appreciate groups and appreciate cooperation. And so maybe that's why I value other human beings, is not because of any intrinsic goodness in any person or human beings in general. Because if you look at our collective action, we've done quite a lot of damage to, pardon me, each other and the planet, but I'm evolutionarily predisposed to liking human beings because it's evolutionarily beneficial to my species. That's some thoughts. Where this is philosophy hour, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you. I think on that note, I'm going to play another song. This is another one of my favorite songs of all time. I'm gonna be singing along to this. If you want to hear that, then just watch the video recording that's posted on my YouTube. You can find that at IUG1, all lowercase, IOOO, 3 O's, G1 on YouTube. IOOO, G1. It's where I put up all the recordings of Stop Making Sense. The video versions, you don't get the music, but anyway, this is the song This Must Be the Place by the Talking Heads. Absolute fucking banger. Let's vibe. Let's fucking vibe. And I'm gonna sing along too. Oh. Wow, wow. Wow, wow. Wow, 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 wow. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, 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 da ba da ba bow. Do 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 do. Home is where I want to be. Pick me up and turn me round. I feel numb, born with all we caught. I guess I must be having fun. Less we say about it, the better. Make it up as we go along. Feet on the ground, head in the sky. It's okay, I know nothing's wrong. Nothing. Oh, I got plenty of time. Oh, you've got light in your eyes. And I'm standing here beside me. I love the passing of time. Never for money, always for love. Cover up and say goodnight. Say goodnight. Woo! Home is where I want to be, but I guess I'm already there. I come home, she lifted up her wings. I guess that this must be the place. I can't tell one from another. Did I find you or you find me? There was a time before we were born. If someone asks, this is where I'll be, where I'll be. Oh, we lifted it out. Oh, sing into my mouth. And now all those kinds of people you've got to face with a view. I'm just an animal looking for a home, and share there's some space for a minute or two. And you love me till my heart stops. Love me till I'm dead. Eyes that light up, I see through you. Cover up the blank spots, hit me on the head, I go, ooh. 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 Yeah. Yeah, that was This Must Be the Place by the Talking Heads, baby. Damn, one of the best fucking songs of all time. It was so. That's another song I cried to. This is a true story. Bit of a personal fact. When I was driving up to Batesville, like just really, driving up to Batesville, just like leaving, I turned this song on and I just started fucking bawling, especially towards the second verse, just like bawling and singing along with the song, just because I was like fucking scared of like, what college had to offer, because I had a shitty first semester, so fucking bad, dude. Man, like, I don't want to give Lion too much shit, but holy fuck, did you guys fuck up online classes? Like, and like maybe a lot of this might be me. Like, maybe no, not maybe. I know I suck ass at online classes. It's just not. It's just not how I learn. I know there are some people who do really well online. And I could theorize these are people who are maybe a little more reclusive, maybe a bit some people who have trouble like normally focusing in class. Maybe online classes are actually easier for them to focus on. But for me, dude, like, the way I learn and that I interact in a classroom is sitting down, shutting up in a classroom, listening to the teacher, and taking fucking notes. Like, taking notes is how I fucking learn. And just sitting on a Zoom call, it's fucking impossible to be engaged. At least it's impossible for me to be engaged and like to take notes. And so if I'm not taking notes, I'm not learning anything. And that fucked me over. Plus, like, I did take 2 hard class, like, oh fuck. It's a whole thing, y'all. It's a whole fucking thing. Right? Like, if we were in person, I'm sure I would have had close to like a 4 point, right? Because it's just a totally different dynamic. But since we were online, my fucking grades sunk to the goddamn ground. And I'm still, to this fucking day, like, having to crawl, face the consequences of that, basically. It sucks. It sucks that I had such a bad start, and back then and still now, I feel like it's really not my fault all that much, because there was a fucking pandemic, and if I would have, gone in person, my grades would have been fine. But and this semester is proof of that, because I'm kicking ass this semester, right? Just because we're in person. And so, and I don't feel too bad about it. And that was a process of, learning to forgive myself, learning to be okay with, with doing bad. I should have done better. I wish I would have, because then I would have not been in this situation. But dude, my internal motivation broke down. Like, my motivation to do shit broke down. And so, what are you gonna fucking do? Or in my case, what did I not do? And what I did not do is classes or the homework that I was supposed to do. man, shout out to all you academic motherfuckers. All right, all you fucking people who are like putting in the effort, putting in the time, for all your classes. Like, mad fucking respect to you guys. Right. Because it's hard, dude. It's hard. And especially, like, from my perspective going into it, and I still kind of see it today, it's like it's a fucking marathon. It's not a sprint, it's a goddamn marathon. And to just look at that and like look at how much academic work you guys have ahead of you and say, yeah, that's okay, I'm gonna do this. Like, fucking you chemistry majors, you bio majors who want to go into fucking pre-med, all the fucking props in the world to you guys. Like, holy shit. Like, mad respect, right? And not saying disrespect to any other majors out there. I'm not saying that, because I know that, like, academics, no matter what it is hard, especially like here, whatever, you know. So no matter what your field or discipline, if you're putting in the work and the effort, then you have my respect, you know. And I guess we can pivot back into philosophy with that, because I guess I can talk about my own personal philosophy uh, when it comes to when it comes to that thing. Uh, when it comes to this, and it's kind of weird, because whenever I was like younger, uh, whenever I was younger, I had to really work my ass off for my grades, and I still do, you know. And so I've learned that it's not about, like, in some ways it's like not about the GPA or the grades that you get. It's about the amount of work that you put in, right? Like, that was my philosophy for a long time. You know, it's like how much work you put in is what really matters. But like, that can be kind of a destructive philosophy, because like, you do you do link it to your grades. And so for me, it's like, if I'm not getting the grades I want to get, it's like, oh, that's just because I'm not working hard enough. And that's a pretty destructive mindset, right? And it's not a very realistic mindset either, because hard work does not guarantee success. There are no guarantees in life. There are no guarantees. There are no guarantees in life, you know? And that's true for hard work. You know, you can't achieve anything without hard work. You need it. But just because you work your ass off, that doesn't mean that you're going to get the results, you know? That reminds me of one of my favorite quotes from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, which is, like, if all that you care about are the results, then you're going to start looking for shortcuts. But if you take any of those shortcuts, then you're going to lose sight of the truth, baby. And that hit me. That's quote still does resonate with me. It hit a bit harder whenever I was more of a Catholic, because, you know, the truth equals Jesus Christ, right? I am the truth, right? It's like, oh, if you take shortcuts in life, if you try to cheat, for example, then you lose sight of the will of God, or divinity, or whatever, you know, because God is perfection and everything else is not perfection. So you want to be God, you want to be like God, and not like, you know, man, or not do what you want to do, but what God wants for you, because that's what's best, you know. But I still find a lot of truth and meaning and value in it, you know. All you care about the results, you're gonna lose sight of the truth. And what does the truth mean? What is that? I don't know. In the context of JoJo's, it was much more literal about truth and investigation. Mine, the way I adapted, interpreted, it's like, hey, you can't take shortcuts. You have to put in the work in order to achieve the truth. You're not looking after results, though. Hard work does not get results. It can, but it's not guaranteed. And taking my economics class, that also, like, really opened my eyes to some things, especially about, like, trade, you know, because you have just basics, is through trade, you can achieve more product, more surplus, like more product than you can achieve on your own. And so it's like if you have a nation that's working its ass off, it doesn't matter how fucking hard they work. You can have a nation that's working half as hard, two nations that are working half as hard as it, but if they're trading with one another, if they're trading with one another, then they're both going to produce more than they can on their own, you know. And this is true with money too in the stock market. Like, if you want to make fucking money, like, put your money in the goddamn stock market. It'll work for, like, have your money work for you, basically. That's been a goal for a long time, to get some money and then put it into stonks, you know, and then just hold. I'm not gonna go into Wall Street bets kind of stonks though. I'm just gonna do actual, more useful, quote unquote, stocks that are more realistic. I'm really excited. Dr. Shulga's has this like investing club that he's starting up, and it's a really cool idea. And I think I'd like to join it, because I mean, hey, that's a great fucking learning experience. You know, learning about this. You know, stonks. Well, I'm gonna be real with y'all. I gotta piss. So I'm gonna play Africa by Toto, then come back, and I think I might sign off. So here's Africa by Toto. That's some good shit. Ah. I bless the rains. Welcome, one and all, to KILT Radio. Right now, in your ears, you are listening to Stop Making Sense. Still no real air horns, unfortunately. Maybe one day we're gonna real ass air horn. That'd be way too loud. Never mind. I pissed. I washed my hands also, if you're worried about that, you know. You should be washing your hands anyway because of COVID, but doubly so because of piss. You know? I'll be honest, I'm hearing some sounds. Okay, no, never mind. That's just a car. Because you never know. Sometimes people be pranking. You know, I was a little worried that someone's about to, like, bust into the studio like they did last time. Which was very funny. That was admittedly very, very funny that they did do that. But, on the flip side, I'm alone. All alone in this little room. It's kind of dark and spooky out. There's an Iron Maiden poster, the Trooper, the little skull, the zombie guy is looking at me. I'm not feeling too confident. What am I talking? I have a hammer. Come at me. Come at me, bro. I'll hammer you. That's what I'll do. You know? But, you know, it's funny. I've gone almost an hour over our scheduled time. But it's funny, we have listeners now. And so, like, it's the dilemma. The people are listening now. I guess I should just continue going, right? I guess so. Justin is not here. Earlier in the show, I pretended that he was. I was lying. I'm not sorry. The show's called Stop Making Sense, after all. But you know, maybe if Justin was here, maybe he'd say, "Oh, hey, I'm Justin. Oh, how are you doing, lad?" And I'd say, like, "Justin, that's not what you sound like." He's, "Oh, yeah, I do. I'm Justin, all right. I'm Justin." It's like, excuse me, I'm pretty sure you're actually just a leprechaun trying to impersonate my friend Justin. "Oh, no, mate. Yeah, I'm as Justin as they come, yeah." And, like, and then I would say, you know, this is a terrible, like, leprechaun accent. And "Oh, it's not a leprechaun accent. It's a Justin accent." It's like, I would say, what the fuck is a Justin accent? What are you talking about? "Oh, you would, well, you know, it's just me, your good old pal Justin, co-host, just Stop Making Sense, oh." And then this is the point, I would just go like, you know, just bonk him. And I'd fucking kill the leprechaun that was trying to impersonate my good pal and friend Justin. Because Justin would never be Irish. Never. He wouldn't. You know, that was a fun little sketch there. But the truth of the sketch remains, I wish Justin was here. I really do. Yeah. I had some work to do, though. I was like, fine, I can just do this solo. And I'm glad that I did, because I'm sure he would have wanted to cut it off at like 10 p.m. Rightfully so. I've enjoyed talking more freely. This has been a very unprepared episode last. I've enjoyed doing this. It's been really therapeutic in a way. It's helped me work through a lot of my problems inside. And I just gotta say thank you for listening and helping me work through these things. And it really makes me appreciate and understand Ouch My Knee a bit more. Because that's definitely the vibes I get from Ouch My Knee. Ouch My Knee just seems like a fucking therapy session for Nick and the boys, let me tell you. And it is nice. It is nice. Because, we have an internal monologue going on all the time. I'm talking in my head all the time about all this shit. But it's never let out and open in the air. And whenever you have all your ideas in your head, once you actually say them out loud or write them down, it helps you see them a bit better. I think it helps you be able to properly wrestle with them more. It makes them more physical, more cohesive, more coherent. Because whenever it's in your head, it's just all just so fast, like do. It's just ethereal. You have no time to think. Really, it's just all one thought goes to another. Versus if you write it down, if you say it out loud, you can concentrate. You can concentrate on it. Just like I'm gonna concentrate looking up this next song. What's it called? Yes. Well, what's it called? Oh. All Good People. It's a good song. I'm just queuing up the next song, Can never be too ready. But back to philosophy. This is Philosophy Hour. Stop Making Sense. KILT Radio. And maybe this is more psychology, actually. Oh, what the hell? Shut up. Advertisement. This is more psychology, I guess, because I'm talking about thinking and I'm talking about my own mindset and ways to think and whatnot. I've done some real good thunking, let me tell you. What now for? I've loaded up the next song for whenever I'm tired of talking. Which might not be for a while. I'm a fucking jabberbox. Worse than that, I'm a jabberbox with insomnia. What's stopping me? Nothing is stopping me from just continually talking for hours on end. Oh, your throat's gonna get dry. I can go downstairs. I can get water. I could just talk here forever. Nothing is stopping me. I am God. I hated that laugh. That was such a fake and bad laugh. I'm sorry for subjecting you listeners to that fucking awful laugh. I'm sorry for subjecting you to my voice also. Like, why the fuck are you listening to me right now? Don't you have anything better to do? Like, seriously. Listeners drop to zero. But, like, honestly, like, I don't know. I shouldn't be too self-critical, I guess. Self-hatred is kind of cringe, Self-hatred is very cringe, and I feel so sorry. You motherfuckers, you need to love yourselves more, alright? You gotta love yourselves more, and give yourselves more fucking slack, dude. Like, our culture and our world, it's all about, like, oh, you have to be on the grind all the time, you have to be grinding, you have to do everything and be perfect. Fuck, I was just talking about earlier, like, man, what's the most efficient way I can live my life to benefit most people the best? Because, like, that's my goal. My goal, or whatever your goal is, my goal is I want to help people, and then, like, how do I do that? How do I achieve that goal? Right? That becomes once I have that goal, then it's good to have goals in life, but then you can try to go at them and go after them in unhealthy ways. And our culture and our society is much about, like, oh, just put in the grind and, like, work 24/7, and, like, if you don't do something, it's your fault and it's, like, wrong and blah blah blah. But but maybe that's not productive. Maybe that's not good, you know? Because in our society, you also have a lot of self-doubt, self-hatred, depression, and all that shit, and that shit sucks ass. I fucking know, first-hand experience, dude. Depression sucks, right? Self-hatred sucks, you know? So, I guess if you're listening tonight, and this is just a message or a chance to just say love yourself, all right? And and coming from depression, like maybe that's not a very helpful thing to say. It's like, oh, depressed person, just be happy, Lamau. No, like, of course, that's not gonna be very helpful. And I'm not a trained psychologist. I don't know what the most helpful thing is. I guess I can tell you what was helpful for me. Uh, is just the framework of seeing life as a sine wave. When I was more depressed, I saw it just as like everything is terrible and down and like always bad, but but that's not the reality of the situation. Depression, at least to how I understand it, like what it is, it's kind of like a pair of glasses that you put on. It changes your perspective and your perception and your understanding of your world. And perception is reality. To you, life actually is as bad. It's as bad as you think that it is in your own head. You're making it as bad as it is like in your own head, right? And I don't want to say like you're making it, because like a lot of it isn't your fault, and like there's like therapy and medication and shit, to help that. Let's normalize that, dude. Let's fucking normalize going to fucking therapy. It's okay. It's okay to go to therapy. It's okay to like have mental health problems, dude. I was fucking really goddamn depressed, like my senior year, like all of 2019, pretty much. And you don't have to go at it alone, and it's okay. And it's really like a very paradoxical, because when you are depressed, you feel so very alone. And it's ironic, because there are so many people that are also suffering alongside you in silence. And part of the reason I think that people suffer in silence is because of the social stigma behind it. You don't, oh, it's like, oh, you're depressed, oh, just feel better. We don't want to be around depressed people. Even though, just like, my roommate and their room being messy, it's not your fault. Like, especially with fucking depression, it's not your goddamn fault. Your brain is just being mean to you sometimes, all right? Like, just don't let your brain be mean to you, all right? Fuck your brain. I hate your brain. I love you. Your brain is a mean piece of shit garbage. Hey, brain, stop being mean to my friends. I know my friends are awesome, and they are awesome. How about you stop telling them that they're not awesome, because you're wrong and you're cringe, So, and I guess looking at it from the perspective of perspective, it's being able to see that and being able to like come out of the water and to take the glasses off and to acknowledge and see that, like, hey, like, this isn't the reality of the situation. I'm not actually awful. I'm not a terrible person or whatever. Like, the reality of it is like, hey, I'm just a human being. I'm a normal person, just like everyone else, and everyone else is too. I'm not inherently terrible or awful. I'm not good. I'm like there's no terrible or awful. I just am, right? And I've just been lying to myself, telling myself all these terrible things, but that's just my brain being mean to me, Like, shit. don't be mean, brain, So, give yourself some credit. Also, one other thing that might help, and at least it's helped for me, is like exercise is one of the best antidepressants. Just do some fucking push-ups or some shit. And like, I know that you could view that and see it as like a very like manly and problematic thing, but like seriously, like, just if you're sad, just, hey, maybe try to do some push-ups, because then your brain releases the happy chemicals. It's like lift heavy rock, sad voices in head go away. It's a meme. It's a meme for sure, but there's some real truth behind it. you know uh There really is, and it doesn't have to be fucking lifting weights or pushing up, doing the push me ups. I think those are good because like that's immediate exercise, and like that's like very quick, very fast. You know, fuck it, everyone listening, drop and give me 20 right now. 1, 2, you better be dropping. You better be dropping and giving me 20. Oh, I'm gonna report you to the court martial if you don't. Yeah, that's what I'm talking. All right, we're gonna do 20 push-ups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Keep up with my tempo. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Keep pushing. 13, 14, 15, 16. You got this, soldier. 17, 18, 19, 20. At ease, soldier. How do your arms feel? Ooh, what, they hurt? Yeah, they should be hurting. That's the hurt of life. That's the good hurt. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I hope that you enjoyed that, soldier. maybe the lieutenant can come back one day and you can exercise some more. do some more exercises for everyone. We've officially been streaming for 2 hours. 2 hours now. I could keep going, I guess. I could keep going. I'll talk about one more thing. I might play a song. You know, and this is where I wish I would have like the chat open, is like that way I could like see the chat and like actually talk to people. But like there's no one in the chat, you know. How's Ouch My Knee doing? Ouch My Knee is kind of yeah, Ouch My Knee is same with Dangerous You Holy. Everything is fucking dead. People are on Discord, but they're just not typing in the chat, you know. I'm gonna say type in chat. Chat to interact with the radio show. I accidentally did @ instead of exclamation marks. There you go. I just noticed I misspelled interact, but that's okay. It's like I do it's just a little quirky misspellings here and there. Not intentionally. I fucking suck at spelling. I'm such a bad speller. We joke it's in my fucking genes, because my grandpa couldn't spell for shit, my dad couldn't spell for shit, and I can't spell for shit. Haha. If I have kids, then they won't be able to spell. That's why my name is DT, because I can spell that, at least. I can at least spell my own fucking name. That's easy. Just DT. Boom. Done. You know? Done diddly doo dah day. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. I asked the people to type in chat. They did not type in chat, which makes me so sad. Oh god, I'm so sad. I'm actually fine, but I am sad that people aren't talking in chat. I'm just talking to myself here. Oh man, this is getting too meta. Oh, Coffee Beans just said bruh. So I'm at least I have Coffee Beans here at least, so thank you, Coffee Beans. Well, you made me feel like I'm not alone. Oh god, guys, Coffee Beans is typing. Oh boy, what are they gonna say? Man, being alone is a whole different dynamic, because it's only 2 hours in that the craziness has kind of taken hold. I'm about to, after Coffee Bean stops typing, I'm gonna read their message. I'm gonna play a song, and I'm gonna refill some water. I thought this started at 9, so I didn't think you would still be on. Yeah, I'm still on. I decided to keep going. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm still on Coffee Beans, and I might be on for a bit longer. I don't know. I'm gonna play a song. I'm gonna go get some water. Enjoy. This is I've Seen All Good People by the band Yes. The band is called Yes. The name of this band is Yes, and here's a song. It's a fucking banger. Enjoy. I'm back. Oh. Oh. I managed to spare. Oh. Are people still listening? Yes. 10. I'm back. Oh. Seen all good people turn their heads each day, so satisfied I'm on my way. I see all good people turn their heads each day, so satisfied I'm on my way. I see all good people turn their heads each day, so satisfied I'm on my way. I'm on my way. I'm on my way. Hello, 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 hello. One and all. KILT listeners, 11:15 on a Thursday. You are listening to Stop Making Motherfucking Sense. Woo! Can I get some noise? Or not. Okay. Sure. Fine. So I got some water. It's from the chapel. Oh shit, coffee beans is saying woo. Fuck yeah, coffee beans. We did get the noise we were looking for tonight. Live. I got my water. And I'm sitting here in the studio. I open a drawer. And I find an aux cord. Media Bridge brand aux cord. I have a very similar, if not the same type of branding aux cord I use for my car. I'm not going to steal it. I'm going to put it back. What else do we have in here? Some sort of adapter? Yeah, some sort of adapter thing. And what I have to assume is connection ports. No, these connection ports don't fit to this adapter. We also have a scissors. Here's some scissor sounds. Those are scissors, all right. I have this plastic thing. It looks like it's for holding a pole. You can clip a pole onto it. Maybe it's a flag holder. We have this metal little piece here. There it is. Rolling. I have this USB. Looks like a USB to Bluetooth device. Reminds me of like something that you'd use for a wireless mouth. A wireless mouth. No, a wireless mouse. So that's in there. Here's the sound. Got a pencil, mechanical. Has some graphite in it still. And then a Starburst wrapper in there. I told you this place was fucking filthy. Oh, man. So, Coffee Beans is typing in the Discord chat. Do. We'll see what he has to say today on the radio show. Weird ASMR of the radio room. Yeah, I want to hear. I have some more. Here's some. Here's some clicking to the keys that we have. And some clicking. This is like one of those door lock mechanism things. Oh yeah. Yeah. Let me grab my headphones that way I can see how these sound to you guys that way. Okay. Oh, you have the jingling too. Oh yeah. That's some good shit. That's some good shit right there. ASMR radio. Yeah. Got some this shit be clicking, dude. Yeah. So that's that key. We have hammer, of course. Fan favorite. Everyone loves the hammer. I'm gonna put this screen back. There we go. Now, I don't know what this is. It's like a film protector thing for the microphone. I have to assume that it's just for whenever you're talking, it doesn't. It prevents some sort of spec or feedback or whatever. I don't know. I don't know audio. I just come in here and talk. We have some dry roasted and salted peanuts. God, that's loud. I'm just fucking We've gotten to the shaking random shit in the studio section of the show, everyone. Welcome. Oh, we have a plastic trash can. Some headphones. Oh, let's just... Yeah, those are nice. We have another microphone. Oh God, what the fuck? I'm not gonna... Oh shit, my camera. Oh no. That's a potato chip bag that I'm using to rest my phone on to record this wonderful piece of media here. You're getting the audio experience. If you go to my YouTube channel, IOOOG1, you can also get the video experience. Maybe I should live stream these. That would kind of make more sense, actually. Stop making... No, then I can't do that because the show's called Stop Making Sense. I can't do things that make sense. No. I might do that next time. That would be easier because like right now I record the episodes and then I upload them like as I go to sleep, and that's kind of a pain in the ass. You know, and then I have to go back and delete them off my phone and all that jazz. God damn it. This water's good. Nice and tasty. But yeah, I mean, I'm having fun banging shit around tonight. I was thinking as I was filling up my water, like, maybe it's not smart to have this kind of show. It just goes on and on. Because I'm just like, this is 2 shows worth of material. Well, of course, next show's going to be completely different, but like, what if I say all the things what if I run out of things to say and to ever say? I guess I'll have to, well, you know, maybe this is a good thing. I get all the easy things to talk about out of the way right now, you know? So, then all that's left is the interesting things or the hard things to talk about. And, you know, we've bounced around from physics to mental illness, philosophy a bit tonight. So I think we've covered some interesting topics, some personal aspects too. That's what makes it real. You want to have a parasocial relationship being formed between you and your audience, so that your audience it's a parasocial relationship. The audience has a relationship with the content creator, even though the content creator does not know any of the audience members, you know. Do French next, because I'm doing French homework. You are absolutely fucking right. Let's Google some French. Hold on. This is gonna take a little bit. Bonjour. Je m'appelle DT. Jamais parler. Une émission de radio. Je suis Francisca. Oh my Dieu. C'est tout faux. No, tout va bien. Je peux parler francisque. Je suis master francophone. Oui, oui, oui. So, Coffee Beans said, quote, "Oh my god, that's all wrong. No. As I've just proven, I'm a fluent... a fluent French speakers. Coffee Beans just said, I guess it goes with the show, but my ears are bleeding. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm trying to, hopefully we can pivot away from the ear bleeding side of Stop Making Sense. You know, I mean, it does go with the show. It's in some regards, but in other regards, like, I want this to be a pleasant and fun and wacky listening experience. I don't want to hurt my listeners most of the time. You know, like, if a media or art form harms you, then you're not gonna like want to listen to it, right? You're not gonna want to engage with that because it hurts. It hurts to listen to this radio show. You're not gonna listen to it. You're not gonna listen to it. That's why I mentioned this earlier. I just find it so astounding that people can put up with my voice because I hate my voice. I'm sure, and that's the thing. Like you don't like how your voice sounds in recording, for example. Because the way that you hear your voice, you hear like your ears are very close to your throat, and so you get a much more immediate sound of your voice. So your voice sounds different to you than it does to other people, right? And so it's unfamiliar, and so it's uncomfortable, and you don't like that. Uh, a good way to like a way to kind of show this, like, the best way is just to record your voice and then listen back to it. That's a accurate depiction of your voice. But you know, so shouts out to everyone who's listening right now. And next up, as for Coffee Bean's sister's request, I will be speaking in Russian. Yareski. Ya love... Ya... This is harder. Ya love bla vodka. Min Navisky Vladimir Putin. On mój bog. Ja zwieszczu dala dala ego. Ja lubała swój simiu. No nie tak silno jak mój prezydent. Coffee v zernaki moj drug. Vi pregenskiete čo tobi persistet emete smistel. Ja nadietas tebe ponravista shoyu. Moj drogov, moj drogovoj reski listener. Sebasko Tovarskic. A spoganojev noči. Okay, I'm gonna type this in and try to say this correctly. I'm just typing this in because I'm just typing stuff in Google Translate. Good. So it goes something like, okay, so it goes something like this. Hold on. Oh shit.
Вы слушаете, чтобы перестать иметь смысл. Спасибо за то, что выслушал моего русского друга.
I'll play that one more time. Oh god.
Вы слушаете, чтобы перестать иметь смысл. Спасибо за то, что выслушал моего русского друга.
Yeah, so that's how it's supposed to sound actually, but I like my version a bit more. Oh god, I've turned into an egoist. Oh no. God damn it. I know what song I'm gonna play next. Both of us see a cloud, or whatever we may believe. I think it might. Oh, is it already in? I'm gonna check if it's already in our station. That'd be interesting. I don't think it is though. But you should always check before re-downloading something. Oh my god, another advertisement. Die. Okay, I've killed the advertisement. Don't worry, people. Uh-oh. My phone is at 5% battery, which means the recording is going to stop soon. Sad. So I guess I guess that's a sign to wrap things up, huh? Unfortunate, but it has to be done. It has to be done. Well, I guess I've said all that I could. We've had a good time today. I'd like to thank you all for joining me on this very, very special episode of Stop Making Sense. I hope you join us again next week, Thursday at 9 p.m. We went quite a bit over this time, an hour and a half over. Maybe we'll do that next time. I don't know if Justin's going to be all about that. But, you know, hey, I enjoyed the time that we had together while we had it together. You know, And I appreciate every single one of you. I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful evening. And yeah, that's all I've got to say. Thank you for listening to Stop Making Sense. I'm gonna leave you all with Variations on a Cloud by Joe Hawley. Please enjoy. Have a great evening. And come again Thursday, 9 o'clock on KILT. I'm gonna say goodbye to you guys now because it's dead. So, bye. Thanks for watching.